Good call.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
We are available on iTunes,
Android,
and right here on Spreaker. So I think I told you this story. I'm going to briefly tell you it again.
Okay.
In I think 2007, summer of 2007, maybe summer 2008. I don't know. I'm at work, and I worked on Chippewa Street, downtown Buffalo.
Okay.
I look out the window, and there's a black dude skateboarding.
Okay.
And as the dude comes closer and closer, I'm like, holy fuck, that's Dave Chappelle.
That's awesome.
So I start sprinting downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At this point, he's already passed me.
Okay.
So I know I'm going to have to run after him because he's like skateboarding. I run downstairs as fast as I can. And I go out the front doors, and there he is at the corner, and other people stopped him to get an autograph.
Okay.
And I'm like, holy shit. I go up, I get an autograph to him, I meet him, shake his hand, whatever. But it was just Dave Chappelle. There was no security guards, there was nothing. He was doing a show in Buffalo, so he just
wanted to go skateboarding.
Yeah, and this is well after the Chappelle show or whatever, so.
Yeah. After the whole Africa incident where he dipped off to Africa?
Yeah, when he came back. I think it was
had to have been.
The Chappelle show was 2005 or something.
Yeah, I think it ended in 2005. So,
but yeah, that was insane. So I was on Reddit today, and I stumbled across a tribute to Dave Chappelle kind of talking about what went wrong with that whole situation, and I showed Blade thoughts.
This video is awesome. If you guys want to see it, it's called Dave Chappelle in His Own Words 2012 Tribute. And it's basically an interview that Dave Chappelle did on Inside the Actors Studio, right? And it's epic. His point of view on this shit is awesome.
He's like, yeah, people don't understand you, so they just call you crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, this whole Hollywood thing just wasn't for me. I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Right?
He's kind of talking about the term Californication or being in this Hollywood scene or whatever and how it can make you crazy. And he's like, I don't think I'm crazy. I think this environment around me is crazy, and I needed to fucking detach. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The way that he said it was filthy. I want to keep on talking about this, but there's an awesome thing that some dude put Louis C.K. You know who Louis C.K. is?
No.
Louis C.K. is a comedian. He's a really popular comedian.
Oh, yeah. He's got red hair.
Yeah.
And he's bald in the middle.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
who he is.
So he was doing some interview, right? And on it, they talked about the show Inside the Actors Studio. And you've seen Inside the Actors Studio, right?
Right.
And they started talking about how a person at the end is like, hey, Mr. De Niro or Mr. Sean Penn or whatever. He actually said the word Sean Penn. He's like, hey, Mr. Sean Penn, I have a question for you. To your actor at the studio, right? And for whatever reason, Louis C.K. was like, that those people that ask those questions, the students in there, none of them become actors ever. None of them become fucking actors. Just it's like a curse. I've never heard of one person becoming an actor. And the dude was like, actually, Bradley Cooper was an actor that asked both De Niro and what's his name, fucking Sean Penn, a question on the show, and they pulled up the footage of him on the show, and now he's a fucking movie star.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So he did a bit on that.
Mm-hmm. He did a bit on it. It wasn't a bit. He was just talking, and he's just cracking jokes, and he's like, yeah, people on there are never popular, ha ha ha. And he's like, actually, yeah, they are.
Well, who said they are? Who?
The dude interviewing them. Can we pause it and find it? Because I want to show it to you. It's pretty awesome.
I'm so lost.
Can we pause?
Go ahead.
Pause the show. We'll come back to it.
All right. That's fucking hysterical.
That is awesome. It's just completely ironic. So if you guys not knowing, basically, Louis C.K. says people that ask questions at the Actors Studio will never become actual actors.
He's talking to Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
And he's saying, they'll never be like that. And then it shows a clip of actually,
Bradley Cooper. And ironically, he was talking to Sean Penn, asked Sean Penn a question, and then fast forward, they actually showed a clip from the movie American Hustle, which I don't think you've seen, huh?
I've seen American Hustle.
Okay, that was a clip from American Hustle, and in it, Bradley Cooper comes walking in, laughing his ass off, and making fun of Louis C.K. But it's the movie is completely separate from that. But I think it's fucking hilarious,
dude. I I've seen some of this technology that they're using to find this plane, and it is ridiculous. All right. I just happened to turn on CNN, and they were basically launching a torpedo from the plane into the water. The torpedo that goes into the water falls apart into like 3 different sections, like almost like a spaceship when it goes up into space. You know how it breaks apart? Mm-hmm. This thing breaks apart and like extends this sonar radar satellite thing that like shoots out and looks for the thing under the water. Like, I was like, what? This exists?
Right.
Why do they have anything like that? That's crazy. It was mind-blowing that we have all this technology.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it's weird though, because we have all this technology, but certain simple things we don't have like clearance to do.
Like what? What are you talking about?
I don't know, like just things like okay, let's say you have a phone, right? I remember like losing a phone or someone stole my phone or something, and we're like talking to the phone company. They're like, "Listen, can we like just track where it is?" And this is like before iPhones. And they're like, "Nope, there is GPS, but we can't use it unless you file a police report." I'm just like, well, can you just fucking figure? You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Bring it back. I don't know. Like, there's just little things that we don't have clearance to do, or you can't do that unless you do this, and it's just like,
well, I was thinking
they're finding fucking a grain of rice in the middle of the ocean, but you can't fucking find my phone. You know what I mean?
I was thinking, with this like thing that goes underneath the water, shoots out radar or whatever, and then reads the ocean floor. Why can't they make like an affordable mini version of that for like, you know, people to just go and find out where like treasure and stuff is? Because if you go to like a lake or something, there's got to be some money at the bottom somewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're talking about like hunting for gold, or like what are you talking about?
Whatever, you know. A lot of times people will go in and they'll bring up old wood that's like in the sea floor. Mm-hmm. They'll like bring it up and it's like worth all kinds of money because it's like ancient logs that are like stuck underneath there, or ancient trees. There's all different types of stuff that you get off the bottom of the ocean, right?
Right.
But an ocean, a lake, whatever, you would think at some point there's like money in every single lake.
Okay.
They found like this big Nazi like shrine or something that was worth like $20 million in gold in the middle of a lake in Germany.
Are you serious?
Yeah, divers just randomly stumbled on it.
That's weird.
And here's the thing. It was about to be priceless. Like it was going to be like you wouldn't be able to buy it because they thought it was Templar gold.
Yeah.
They thought it was Templar gold. And you know do you know anything about the Templars?
I don't know.
Okay, so the Templars were these group of people that were, you know, crusaders of the church that got into all these holy wars. They were like basically like the church's like secret society army or whatever you want to call it. And anything from that era is like priceless. Like there was a silver piece that was found from the Templars that's priceless. You couldn't buy it. Money, if you had like $10 billion, you couldn't buy the thing.
All right.
And so when they found this gold, they thought it was the same thing. These are from the Templars. What it was from the Nazis, and the Nazis were basically like building this stuff to try to bring back like old relics and old spells. And I guess the Nazis did some really fucked up shit. They did some really weird shit.
Okay.
Like they were trying to like find out if magic was real, pretty much.
Okay.
They were doing all kinds of experiments to see if, you know, I don't know if there was, you know, different spirits and different gods or whatever. They were trying to build their own religion. So they made this thing and they found it in the middle of a fucking lake.
That's crazy.
So the moral of the story is I think there's treasure at the bottom of every single lake.
Well, there's not treasure at the bottom of every single lake, but they're definitely, if you were to develop a way to be able to search the mass ocean floors or just look at the lines that luxury cruises used to take back in the 40s or something.
Yeah.
When for some reason, you know, the biggest thing ever, Titanic went down. I bet you can still look through Titanic wreckage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, not only that, but like so many boats and planes go down. Like the shit's in that.
Dude, I saw a tweet, right? And what it was, there was this dude that was in a boat and like a luxury cruiser, and it like something caught fire and the boat like sunk, and he was like shipwrecked or whatever and got saved. And he had a fear of boats for like 40 years. The first boat that he finally got on, because it was like supposed to be unsinkable and supposed to be the biggest, awesomest thing ever, was the Titanic, and the Titanic sank.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Dead serious.
Wow.
I can find you the story about it, but it's pretty fucking crazy, huh?
That's
Dude,
insane.
You know what? I know this sounds crazy, but I want to get really it needs to be really stoned because it's a long movie. But I want to watch the Titanic. I'm like,
no, I could never watch it again.
Have you? How many times have you seen it?
Maybe once.
Dude, Titanic's awesome.
No, I don't know.
Are you kidding me? Titanic's great, dude. That's a great fucking movie.
Dude, why? Okay, that's what I don't get. Like, why do people want to watch a movie that they already know?
What do you mean?
If you watch Titanic, you know what's going to happen, right? The
Yeah.
ship's going to crash and whatever.
Yeah. Dude, you, for the most part, already know what's going to happen in your life, right?
No, not really.
So, okay, but that's like you only want to see a new story that you've never seen before, right? You don't care about the merit of how good that story is. Really?
Yeah.
How come some of the greatest movies are fucking remakes of previous great movies? Like, the stories have been told, bro. If that's a great, amazing story and it gets told in a cinematic fashion, that's a great fucking movie.
Okay. We all learn when we're children at school that the Titanic sank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then a movie comes out that's 3 hours long
Mm-hmm.
that about this boat that sank with a love story on it. I have no interest as an adult male. I don't know.
Well, when it came out, how old were you?
When it came out, I was a kid, and I watched it then. I was like, this is stupid. When is the fucking ship going to sink?
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of Titanic. It's the first half's the love story. You can skip that, and then the second half is the fucking bring on the water.
Yeah.
I'm totally down with that. I do agree with you. If I were to rewatch it, I'd probably put the second disc in because I remember they had it on 2 different discs. So that's gold. I don't know what, like, you don't rewatch certain great movies?
Well, first of all, I really do hate movies about the ocean.
You hate movies about the ocean. Okay.
I don't like the ocean.
Why don't you like the ocean?
I almost did not watch Life is Pi because of the ocean. Because there's nothing out there. It's just boring.
It's not nothing out there. It's just not man stuff.
The reason why I don't want to watch Gravity, right, is because
Gravity's sick.
This movie is based inside of a spaceship.
No,
and they're not going anywhere.
No, it's not. Do you know what Gravity's about? It's not based inside of a spaceship. It's they're floating in space.
Okay, so that's even a little. They have nothing.
Yeah.
Do they get survived? Don't spoil it. Never mind. Maybe I'll watch it.
It's a good fucking movie.
Do they die?
I'm not answering that.
Okay.
Like, it's a good movie, dude. Like, first off, okay, one thing that I hate about movies, especially movies that have to do with space, right?
Yeah.
There's only really 2 movies that I like that have to do with space. Mission to Mars, because there's one scene in that fucking blows my mind, and then Gravity. All these other space movies I'm not really interested in. I don't like this idea. Like, first of all, the floating in space sounds like that would scare the shit out of me. And you know what made it worse? You know where I watched Gravity?
Huh.
On a fucking flight.
Ooh, that had been freaky.
It wasn't, though. Dude, you know what? I finally slept on a plane.
You did?
Dude, I was so exhausted on my trip to Seattle because I stayed up the night before. Mm-hmm. So for you guys that don't know, I don't think I've ever talked about this, but when I have this thing where I have literally been reprimanded at jobs because if the job's like 8 o'clock in the morning, I have to get up at like maybe 7:30 or whatever to get there, I'll oversleep.
Right.
And I would stress myself out to the point of anxiety, to the point where I couldn't get to sleep. I say, fuck it, I'm going to drink some coffee, write it out, and just basically go in there. And then, of course, I get in there at 8:10, I'm like a zombie, you know?
Yeah.
But it's this anxiety that I have that I'm like, dude, if I go to sleep, I feel like you've seen me, I'm hard to wake up, right?
Right.
So I just stay up. If I have a flight, especially on the East Coast, flying west, you always have to get up at like 5 in the morning or some shit like that. So I just stay up.
Dude, I hate flying more than anything. Now that I'm thinking about it right now, like who would want to fly with this missing plane thing?
I don't think that has any bearing on it.
You don't?
No, because I'm not trying to sound like a fucking tough guy, but try to fucking hijack my plane. Give it a go.
Well, we don't know that it was hijacked.
I'm just... You know what?
You know what's
crazy?
You know what one of the theories is? Go ahead.
Okay. The only reason I brought this up is that I was so tired on the flight, and I was sitting in the middle,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know how I did. I was so uncomfortable, but I passed the fuck out. Right.
Uh-huh.
I remember waking up. I woke up and I looked around and I surveyed the scene, and it was just a bunch of people sitting like they're on a bus because we're on a plane, and I looked outside and we're fucking floating super high up in the air. And I don't know what came over me, but I yelled out, "This is fucking ridiculous. This is insane."
You yelled that?
then I woke up. It was a dream.
Oh.
But I pretty much like woke up in I just basically said.
Did you say that?
In my dream, I said it.
Oh.
So I was asleep, thought I woke up, screamed some shit, and then woke up for real.
When you woke up for real, did you think you said it?
Yeah. And then I realized I basically that there's a funky moment that you get going like the wake up to like the from dreamland or from sleep to wake up is always very awkward. And I think that we as humans, we like a consistent thing to get our bearings about ourselves, right?
I wonder what would happen. Okay, let's say the same thing happened, right? But instead, like, you were dreaming about like somehow like blowing up the plane.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's say you came out of the dream and you actually said out loud while you were dreaming, "I'm going to blow this thing up."
Like talk to my sleep kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what if? Well, obviously they're going to arrest you. I don't care.
Yeah. You're arrested.
You're arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you like? What do you go to court on possible terrorist charges and be like, "Look, dude, I."
They'd probably investigate and realize there's nothing about you that's terrorist-y. I sound retarded right there. But dude, dreams are okay. First off, one thing that I try not to do anymore, but one thing when I was drinking heavily was that moment of waking up and going, "What the fuck happened?" Because I was just kicking it, like partying, like 5 minutes ago. Like that's how it feels. You know what I mean? Like
right.
What the fuck happened? And you play like this little detective game. But there's certain times though, like. First off, I don't remember my dreams, and when I do remember my dreams, I'm always hella interested in what was going on, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love movies about dreams.
I don't ever remember my dreams. I have no idea what I dream about.
We got to get you some turkey and ham.
So
the turkey and ham combo allows you to remember your dreams.
Here is one of the theories of what happened to the plane. They said it might be a zombie plane. Now listen to this. Apparently, if the plane goes too high and too low, or maybe it isn't even about being high or low, if the cabin pressure gets fucked up real fast, like let's say you go to, 1,000 feet to, I don't know, 20,000 feet real fast, the cabin pressure will get fucked up and it'll like knock everybody out in the plane.
Okay.
Like they'll all pass out because it's just
it's they won't too die, much. But they'll just be overloaded for a second there.
Yeah, everyone would get like pass out, right? So if everyone passed out from that, right, and no one was awake, the plane itself would go on like autopilot and just go until it runs out of gas. So that's one of the possibilities.
It crashed somewhere then because it's not going. The plane's not going to. The plane's only good for It's not like they have millions of gallons. So
it already ran. It crashed.
Yeah,
somewhere.
It crashed somewhere.
But that's
that's a crazy idea.
Could you imagine, like, just nobody is conscious on the plane, but everyone's still alive?
Dude, you know what's worse than imagining that? Imagine being on the plane and being the only person that is alive.
That's conscious.
That's conscious.
That would be fucked.
That'd be insane, dude. How would you? Okay, if you're a passenger in that, right? And I don't know, you do something, whatever reason, you're able to fucking live through that, but everyone else fucking dies, right? Or is donezo, died, whatever. How do you get into the cockpit? What do?
I don't think you can get into the cockpit.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they have they secured the fuck out of that. Like,
would you try to figure out how to get into the cockpit? That's what I would do. I would fucking try to figure it out. I would like fucking search the stewardesses. I would call something. I would figure something out.
The only thing you could do is get in the cockpit because that's the only way you can talk to like ground control.
Then how do you get in the cockpit?
I have no idea. I want to just sit on the motherfucker.
Of course you wouldn't. You would be fucking scrambling. Anybody would be scrambling unless you're fucking super depressed. You're like, okay,
well, first of all, you wouldn't think that the pilots were knocked out, right? You'd be knocking on the door, be like, "You let me in. Everyone here is knocked out."
Yeah, you'd be slamming on the door. But then once you realize that the pilots are dead, how do you like? There's got to be a way to get in.
Flights don't last forever. Like,
what kind of response is that? Of course they don't last forever.
I'm saying you could waste 45 minutes trying to get in and the thing could crash.
But you would still spend that 45 minutes frantically trying to get that fucking going, though, right?
I guess. All right, let's say you break in, right? You're talking to the people. You're like, everyone's passed out. I can't wake them up. I don't know what's going on. you're talking on the radio, and they're like, "Who is this?" And
I would explain. I'm like, I'm on a commercial airline. I'm on this flight. I'd look at my ticket and be like, I'm on this fucking flight number, whatever. Everyone's fucking passed out. I don't know what the fuck happened, but teach me how to fucking fly this plane real quick, and how do I land this bitch? And
I wonder if that's ever been done before.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think at some point, if you've exhausted everything, what you would do is I would make a quick run through the cabin, make sure that no one's awake. Okay, make sure there's not like somebody just sleeping or something. Once I secure the cabin, and once we get to a low enough level, there's got to be a parachute on there. I'm getting a parachute and I'm fucking dipping.
There might not be a parachute.
Why aren't there parachutes on planes?
Well, first of all, on like a plane, I don't think you can jump out that high. I don't know.
But the plane at some point is gonna get to a level where you can jump out. It's not. Is it flying 30,000 feet for fucking? You know what I mean? At some point, it's got to descend. So you're gonna have to fucking time it. Basically, see, okay, we're pulling up on these mountains right here, so we're gonna crash. Okay, I need to jump out now and then go. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think you're going too fast. I don't know.
What do you mean going too fast?
You could be going too fast. Like the wind could like rip off your skin or something. I don't know. Like when you go skydiving, you don't go super fast, super high. Like you can't.
But you get to a certain level and then you jump out.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how.
So
if
you can match that level and jump out,
like a commercial flight is like, I think it moves too fast where you can't just jump out. Because all right, let's say you jump out, right? You jump out. You're still going 500 miles an hour this way. You might not be dropping down that fast, but you're going 500 miles an hour this way.
Would you get sucked out?
I don't know.
Have you ever? You know what, dude? I don't think they've ever had this, but like now in the age of okay, this is gonna sound fucked up if you don't hear me out on this, okay? But like catastrophe things, horrible, fucking horrific shit, right? I.e. a plane getting sucked out, a plane breaking in half, and the occupants of the plane just getting sucked out, right?
Right.
That is horrible. I do not wish that on anybody. But if it's going to happen, I wouldn't mind just to see what that looks like.
I think it did happen. I think a window broke or something, and the cabin pressure like stopped, and a bunch of people got sucked out the window or something. I think something like that did happen. We're going to look it up.
You know what? I always end up sitting by the aisle seat because it has more leg room. I think I'm a good blocker for getting sucked up.
We're going to be right back after this. All right.
Look at the top rated comment.
We are back.
How did we get on this tangent?
What does it say?
I wasn't aware big commercial planes had retractable stairs like that. That was cool. That's the top comment on that video. That is hilarious. So, for what we did basically is we
Whoa. Okay, so what we did is we went to go find
a video of people getting sucked out of planes.
Right, and we found apparently a 1990 television film based on the accident aboard Airlines Flight 243, which occurred on April 1988 when a Boeing 737-200 was flying from Hilo, Hawaii to Honolulu, Hawaii. And what happened is like a portion of the plane just blew off.
Yeah. So like the front cab of the plane, like about six rows worth, it just blew off the top of the plane.
And a lady got sucked out.
Yeah, the flight attendant got sucked out. And so we were watching this thing, and it was like this little 5-minute story about it, and then it was basically looked like it was a TV show. And it's like went to commercial, and that's the end of the video. So we looked more for it, and there was actually a made-for-TV movie that looks so bad. Like the movie quality, not talking about like the video quality, but like the actual acting and the sets and stuff looked fucking horrible.
It is. It's a sad situation because somebody dies.
Correct.
But it's hysterical. But anyhow, the top of the airplane didn't fly off. Like the bottom of the airplane fell off too. Like that whole section blew off. The only thing that was holding them was like the middle A-frame of the plane. And they like landed it and everybody lived. which is just unreal.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I kind of want to watch that, but I don't.
I feel like you'd be going way too fast. You'd get sucked out. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
I like finding little gems, like finding really. I know it sounds weird, but to find bad movies sometimes are more enjoyable than good movies.
oh, I agree.
Because you get to like sit there and make fun of them, and I don't know, it's
Like
fun.
it was hysterical watching this because so if you watch this, anyhow, it's on YouTube.
The movie's called Miracle Landing.
So if you just look up Miracle Landing - English version, you'll find the video that we saw. There's this one part where the plane actually lands, everyone lives, but they're playing the like dun 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 like music in the background, like you don't know what's gonna happen type of shit.
All right.
And whoever edited this movie did not end it when the plane landed safely and started playing the happy music.
Dun dun dun. And then it like landed like 3 seconds later.
Right. Like the plane already landed and it's still like dun 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 dun.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, so the video that we end up seeing about someone getting sucked out, there's no video actual footage of someone getting sucked out, okay? But there is a video of a person that's about to skydive. He's in the back of a skydive plane, and his buddy that he's attached to leaves, and so he gets yanked out hella fast. So there's that.
I really don't want to fly now.
You don't want to fly?
I have no interest in flying.
That's the interesting thing as far as like traveling where we're not supposed to. When I say that, I'm talking about space travel, problems with space travel, problems with airplanes, problems with boats.
Like even cars. Like humans aren't made to go fucking 70 miles an hour down a road.
Here's the thing. My thing about plane, I know there's technology behind planes and I understand the whole idea of it, but it's still to me a jerry-rigged thing. Okay?
What do you mean?
It's when I say it's a jerry-rigged thing, I say that the concept of us being in a bus format and then us getting enough speed to the point where we like thrust off the ground and then we actually fly and we shuttle people back and forth across America all day, every day.
Right.
Is just a crazy concept to me.
Oh, it's completely foreign.
Yeah.
It's completely foreign than anything we can't identify with anything. Like
I understand there's someone that went to aviation school is like, no, we can. It's very simple. This is what happens. But
we can't look at other species. Like we can't look at dogs and be like, yo, like they're doing it. Look at them in their little, dog planes flying all over the place.
And also, we get into, like, there's car accidents that happen every single fucking day. If a pilot has an accident, think about it. If you're a pilot, you're flying like 6 days a week or some shit like that.
Right.
You're flying a plane a fucking lot of times. It's going to reach a point where you get, I don't want to say lackadaisical, but you get to a point where like another takeoff, another landing. You know what I mean? Like,
I think there's some rules in place where they have to like, I don't know. Planes pretty much fly themselves nowadays.
yeah.
Like they do the whole thing. There's very little that the pilot does. I mean, I don't know. I'm
It's
not
like
a pilot.
it's like cruise control. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, commercial flights, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
know, dude. I just think over time, if you do think something's enough time, there's going to be a point where the pilot's going to be lackadaisical. You know what I mean?
They used to.
And I'm surprised there's not. Oh yeah.
They used to smoke on planes.
Right? Where did that go?
Imagine how smoky that cabin would
No
be.
shit. And that's back in the days when like more people smoked. Now it's becoming less and less and less people smoke. You know, you notice that? And I noticed that a lot of smokers have moved on to that little electronic cigarette thing or whatever. And it's like,
right.
I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna do that right now, dude. I'm so sick.
Doing the electronic e-cig thing.
I'm so sick of smoking.
Right.
Need to stop.
Right.
So,
I don't know. Like, what? Well, okay. What would you be more like if you had to choose? Would you rather be in a plane when it's like going down, or would you rather be in like a ship when it's like crashed and like?
Dude, I'm way more fearful of water.
You're way more fearful of water.
Yeah, open water scares the shit out of me. I've been in open water. I'll go in open water.
Mm-hmm.
But that is one thing that I really do not like. Like if I had a choice to go on a, let's say, cruise ship in the sky. Let's say they did that, right? They don't exist, but let's say they did exist. Okay. All right.
Like this massive, huge, ridiculous plane in the sky?
Well, let's just say in the future we figure out how to do anti-gravity, right?
Okay.
So imagine a cruise ship, but in the sky, right? Just floating around. I would rather go on that than open water.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just creepy. I feel like being in open water is the most alone thing I can imagine.
So here's another thing I was thinking of. When obviously there's times in flights where you have to fly over water. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you fly to Europe or whatever. I'm wondering. I've never really looked at it, but do they make it so they do the shortest possible distance, or do they just say fuck it, we're just gonna make this long trek? You know?
I don't know.
And I don't know how like these people do like these trips to. Like I'm fucking ready to get off the plane after like 4 or 5 hours. You know what I mean? These 6-hour flights or whatever. That's about as long as you're gonna have as far as going U.S. and U.S. Right? But these trips to like Malaysia and these trips to Japan and stuff like that, it's like fuck.
I don't know how anyone does that.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy though is every time I see these movies when people go on these long trips, like I know this is gonna sound very weird, but like Sex and the City 2, they go on this plane trip. They have like their own little cubicles and it looks fucking awesome. They're getting massages and shit. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could do that. But like, do they cram people in the same way that they fucking sardine them in on planes right now?
It's so weird to me when I go from the East Coast to the West Coast. It's so strange to me, right? Because I'm in the plane for like 5 hours. Seems like a long time. Not really. If you ever drive across country,
oh my god,
like you're going through different like worlds. Like,
right?
You know what I mean? Like each state, sometimes like half a state, it's a different world. Like all the trees are different, the landscape is different, everything is different.
Bro, I got one more cross country trip in me, and then never again. Okay, honestly, I've had long road trips before, right?
Right.
I've done a couple with you. The Tennessee road trip was cool, but that was still like something we could do in a long ass day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like these, first off, just to put in perspective, guys, when we went from Seattle to Buffalo, we did that shit in 3 days.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we had a fucking deadline. Keen was just like, I just want to be home, you know?
Yeah.
And so we did it, and it's just like, dude, so much driving. It just seems like you're just going forever, you know?
Well, we couldn't enjoy ourselves.
No, we couldn't enjoy ourselves because we had a Penske truck and a trailer on the back with my Cadillac on the back. So it was not like we can really go too many places, you know?
And it was like we didn't want to like burn all types of gas and stuff. Like,
yeah.
There was one point I remember there was an issue with like me and Burns. Burns just like pretty much at that time I had a channel that was down. And Burns was like, made a video saying, haha, Keemstar's been removed from the internet or some shit because my Twitter got shut down at the same time.
Right.
So we just happened to do like a Google search. And we're like, oh, this motherfucker lives here? He lives like 50 miles away. Let's just go to Burns' house. Let's just knock on his door. Right? Because we were like right there. And we were like,
yeah, but I'm not going to waste all that gas just to go fucking visit Minnesota Burns. You know what I mean? No offense, Burns. But
now to think about it, like it only would have been like $20.
How do you figure?
Like 50 miles?
Yeah, but that's still. But the thing
truck?
was, dude, is like we were like, dude, let's just get home. Like dude, there's something about the last hour driving home when you're like, fuck. Okay, first off, when we drove back from Tennessee, for whatever reason, I ended up on the last haul of it, like the last 4 hours. And I could barely keep my fucking eyes open, dude. And I didn't want to do it. But you're like, dude, go. We have to go. Let's fucking get home.
You know how funny it would have been if we would have knocked on that motherfucker's door with cameras on him and been like, yo, you got a problem?
Right.
Do you know how funny that shit would have been?
That'd be that's a little much, though, to actually, like, go out of your way, pull up in a fucking Penske truck and be like, what up, bro? You said something on the internet. Like, to bring it into real life, that's a little much.
I'm not saying that I'd go and like punch him or anything. I'm just saying it would be priceless to see his reaction. You know, like, hey, you just made a whole fucking video celebrating that, my shit got shut down, and you said a lot of fucking fucked up shit about me. Hi,
yeah,
I'm at your door.
Yeah,
I'm wondering what that's about.
Right.
His reaction would be fucking priceless. That motherfucker would melt. We should have did it.
Nah. I came up with the concept, we're never going to do it, of me recording people talking shit on Xbox and then like actually going up to their door, like with the footage on my iPad.
Oh, that would be epic.
Yeah. But I don't think we can legitly do it.
I don't think it can be done.
First off, how would we find... So, like, let's say we had a way in order to track, like, IP track where someone is and then find out where they live and actually go there. I'm pretty sure that's illegal to, like, knock on someone's door and be like, I met you over fucking Xbox. What up?
Well, you can't record people on their property.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can only record in public places. Like if you go to someone's house with a video camera and like try to like go in their house, I think that's like against the law.
Yeah,
or something.
that sounds super against the law.
You know what I mean?
But I'm thinking even obtaining that information is probably against the law. So okay,
like when you see the news, okay, when the news does it, right? They usually have somebody like standing on the sidewalk with the camera zoomed up while the guy walks up with a microphone and like knocks on the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to. I don't know.
What if you were to wait for that person to go to the mall and then hit them up at the mall?
Yeah, they do that a lot. You know, they'll wait till they come out of work and like bum rush them in the parking lot and be like, "So, you stole this much money?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know?
So back home on King 5 News, which is a local news station, there's this big black dude, and he does a segment on the show called "Get Jesse." And so, like, let's say someone, like, it'd be a situation where someone brings their car into a mechanic, and the mechanic says, "Oh, you know, we're going to charge you all this money," and a lot of people start doing it. And then this person's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to take a perfectly good car, go in there," and they like film the car, and the mechanics are actually like purposely fucking up the car so they have work to do.
Oh.
And so Jesse gets in on the situation and like goes and bombards them, and I ask them questions, and you know, and then the companies usually make it right because they don't want to lose face, you know?
Right?
Or it'd be a situation that'd be like Bank of America is literally closing people's accounts and not giving them money and telling them that the fucking account's not there, shit like that, you know.
So he's like, you know, two on your side or something like that.
Yeah. And it's so funny because he's just like, "That is the news, Jesse Jones." And then that's how he ends the segment. It's like he sneezes his name or something.
I want to hear him say that.
Okay.
Like, what is his name?
Jesse Jones, I think it is. Do King 5. Get Jesse. Try Get Jesse.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
All right.
Just wait.
I'm just going to go to the end.
All right. I'll go back a little bit.
Oh, I missed it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, right there. Go back further.
Oh, we're not plugged in. We're not plugged in yet.
Oh, okay.
They can't hear. 1 minute.
All right.
We're fixing this real quick. I'm sorry, guys.
His outro. I love his outro. Ow.
Dude, that's so annoying. Why does it fucking do that?
I don't know. We're experiencing technical difficulties, but we will get it proper for you.
Why the fuck is it doing that? It's making me so goddamn angry.
Let's see if she's still...
I think we're good.
All right.
Not bad. She's still working.
All right.
Just don't strap it to your chest in a football game. Jesse Jones, King 5 News.
Jesse Jones. All right. Finally. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's see if there's a better one.
Now, tonight at 11, I think I'm pretty good with money. I try to help you all out as much as I can. But some guy walked into King 5 and then showed me how to save $400 a year on my cell phone bill. I'm telling you, tonight, he will share the secret. And it's easier than you can even believe. But I was upset because who's coming into my house and showing me how to save money? Who's doing that? Well, this guy did.
You are tonight.
Yeah, but this guy is great. You got to see it. It's just a couple of moves. That's it. Taken care of. So
I'm so interested.
Thank you, Jesse.
Super interested. He didn't do his outro.
What?
He didn't do his outro.
It says tonight at 11?
That video's probably like 4 years old.
I want to know how he saved the money.
I know.
What?
I bet that's one of the comments. Nope, no comments.
How does the video end with that cliffhanger? What?
Now, tonight at 11...
Some guy walked into Jesse 5 and showed me how to save $400 a year with my cell phone bill. Jesse Jones. That's right. Jesse.
They don't say what the fuck it is.
What?
They don't say what it is.
Who uploaded this piece of shit?
King 5, the actual news story place? That's crazy.
Oh my god. They hyped their own shit with no answers.
Yep.
They got 3 fucking likes.
Jesse Jones.
Motherfucker, I want to know.
Jesse Jones.
I want to know. I want to know.
Oh, but anyways, he followed me on Twitter.
Jesse Jones.
Jesse Jones, because I follow Kenny Mayne, who is a sportscast. First off, this is funny. So Kenny Mayne used to be one of the main sports center casters, right? So he was on there, and then apparently he like said some shit or something, and ESPN was like, "Oh, really? Fuck you," and put him on nothing but horse races, and he doesn't even like horse races. So he like worked as a horse racer, and then he fucking just like horse race commentator, and then he like retired. So he's like he lives in Seattle and just kicks it.
Jesse Jones does?
Yeah, Jesse Jones lives in Seattle, and Kenny Mayne is this dude from SportsCenter. You know Craig Ferguson? You know who that is?
Yeah.
Craig, I don't know if it's or Kilborn, one of the two.
Well, I know Ferguson is the British guy, and Kilborn is the American.
Yeah, Kilborn.
Why do we sound so echoey?
I don't
hear
know.
that?
I don't know why we sound echoey. That is crazy.
What is that?
Jesse Jones.
Testing.
Testing.
We sound echoey.
Very echoey.
What the fuck is that?
Maybe take that thing out.
That's not the issue. Testing. I can hear everything. What is that echo?
Guys, we're gonna stop. We'll be right back.
What the fuck? And we're back. So we fixed the situation, and you were telling a story about Craig Kilborn?
Yeah, so Craig Kilborn, pretty much after an episode of SportsCenter, he went on like a booze bender and like showed up back at ESPN completely wasted. He literally been drinking all day and all night for like literally like 20 hours or some shit like that.
And they fired him?
They fired him, yeah. I
That's
kind of want to look up the story, and we'll look at it separately. But basically, if you look up Craig Kilborn, alcoholic bender, you'll fucking read the whole story.
So he doesn't have a job now either. Is it the same thing?
I'm pretty sure he's not in SportsCenter. He's probably doing something else. Like, who knows what the actors...
No, he had a night show, and he doesn't have it anymore.
He actually used to be, after SportsCenter, he had the original Daily Show. So first off, everyone looks at the Daily Show, and the first thing they think of is what's Jon Stewart, right? And
yeah.
it's all political, and that's what it's all about. Like, he's not political, but he talks about political topics, right?
Right.
Craig Kilborn, when he hosted the Daily Show, it wasn't about that at all. It was literally about like pop culture stuff. It was almost like The Soup, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a very, very different show. And then like he left to go do a late show on like CBS or some shit like that. So Jon Stewart stepped in, and then Jon Stewart's had that show for fucking ever. So
right.
He's earned the right. That's his show. Jon Stewart show, The Daily Show, that's his show. Whatever.
I wonder how much Jon Stewart makes for his show.
Oh, he probably makes bank, bro.
Is that all public stuff?
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I watched a show called Episodes, and in one of the shows, his parents looked up how much he was, like Matt LeBlanc, the guy who plays Joey on Friends. He's worth $60 million. So just look up Jon Stewart net worth. Yeah. Jon Stewart net worth. Bam.
He's worth 80 mil.
80 mil.
So his annual salary is 25 mil.
He must be spending some dough.
Damn, that's pretty good. I mean, that's half of what they offered fucking Chappelle.
His annual. I mean, but Jon Stewart is like, he does that show every single day. So I have no problem with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when can you take a break?
I don't think you do. When you're Jon Stewart, I don't think you take a break, bro. I don't ever see him take a break.
I mean, at some point, I would be like, oh, okay, well.
Dude, I saw a fucking T-Mart. So I see these T-Mart videos, and like he's in like Costa Rica, and while he's in Costa Rica, he's still making videos.
Oh, and he does them like he's doing, like, he'll be talking about the resort that he lives at like it is the next Call of Duty DLC. Like, seriously. T. Martin, I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's entertainment. It's funny.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is at the resort, right? And he's like, so the ladies will come out and they will offer different types of breakfast. They will have cereal.
I gotta see this.
They will have muffins. There's all different kinds of stuff. Like, he goes,
covers it like that. That's awesome.
Well, I'll fucking let's get into the middle of a T. Martin video. Shit's funny. I was laughing. I tweeted at him. When I tweet at T. Martin, dude always responds, right? And I know he's on vacation, so maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But I tweeted at him.
Just click on that.
I tweeted at him and I go, dude, this shit is hilarious. You're treating your vacation like it's a DLC pack. No response. So maybe he's on vacation, or maybe he was offended. Maybe he thought it was like a dig. But look at this. Look at.
Gotten from me otherwise. So that's kind of cool that I'm kind of, making my money back.
I gotta hook it up 1 minute.
I'm gonna unplug this. So the video, while he's hooking it up, the video that I saw today, the video, like the thumbnail was saying that there was leaked information about the next Call of Duty at some press conference, and that the DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts, they're actually going to release it for free this weekend,
But
so people can play.
anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of different restaurants, and some of them, they're like different themes. Like a couple of them for dinner are buffets, to where it's like, you know, they have different themes every night. So like one was Mexican, another one was Asian cuisine, things like that. But then there's also other restaurants that specialize in a certain type of food. Like there's an Asian one, we'll walk by in a second. There's an Italian one. There's all kinds of different ones. And the food here is literally the best food I've ever had in my entire life. Like it is by far the best food I've ever had. And that's like, honestly, one of the things I'm going to miss the most. Like the sun is great. The beautiful weather is great. The ocean breeze is great. But the food...
He's got a good camera.
Yeah, I guess. Well, the audio is fucked up, isn't it? Did the audio
Yeah,
just-
the audio fucks up in these things. Like there's always like some backlash or
some
something.
wind or some shit.
Yeah, but
little
fuck it.
kids in the little kiddie pool, teenagers, all kinds of stuff.
See, little kid, you see this? Like,
It's really fun. There's always a lot going on. Like they have like different events throughout the day. You can learn how to fold origami or do water.
okay, so he's explaining, so much about this resort that he's at. It almost feels like a commercial. He's like,
Aerobics,
Dude,
stretching,
pause for
or
a
things
second.
like that.
So every single time I go on a trip somewhere, whether it be like LA or Seattle or whatever, every time I go on a trip, before I leave, I'm like, I'm going to fucking vlog my ass off. When I get there, I don't feel like vlogging. When I'm in the airport, I want to vlog, and then I'm like, there's fucking people around. It's weird.
Right.
It's a weird feeling to like...
I don't know how people vlog, because I could do it if I had someone with me, but to vlog by myself, couldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like if me and you were in an airport and we were doing a vlog, we would just do a vlog, right? That,
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be a problem. If it was me by myself, I'd be like, I can't do it. This is just weird.
Right.
No one here can identify with me.
I was
what
I
I'm
was
doing.
I was by myself in DC, and I wanted to vlog, and I couldn't, because literally there was like 1,300 Asians like sitting around me, and they were just staring at me like, "What are you doing?" Because I had first off, I tried it with my camera. I'm like, "This looks weird," and I tried it with my iPad, but I still have to like hold it up, and it just looks weird.
If you do it, you have to pretty much just not care that people are looking at you, I guess.
I know, but I find it so I find it so weird, awkward, that I have no problem having 500,000 people watch me take a dump. I don't give a shit. But as far as people I don't know in an airport, I'm like, I don't really want to be doing a vlog right now. This
If
looks
they
weird.
knew you and they were like, "Oh, that's Blade," you would do a vlog easily.
Easily, yeah.
But it's like you don't want to be looked at as the crazy guy, which at the end of the day, you're never going to see these people ever again. What does it
Exactly.
matter?
Exactly.
Or you don't even try to put yourself in their shoes, right? If someone was in the airport and they started vlogging, you would look at them, but you wouldn't be like, that person's crazy. That's not what would go through your mind. You'd be like, oh, that person's making a video, right?
Right.
But you're going to look. You know you're going to look, and you're going to look for a while. You're not just going to look real quick and then look away. You're going to kind of stare but to be like, okay, what are they trying to show? What is this about? This person is making an entertaining video right now or attempting to do that. I want to know what it's about. So what you're really doing when you're vlogging is you're kind of a street performer.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
have to expect people to look.
I don't know.
Do you know Fwizz's girlfriend did a fucking she did a goddamn vlog on a plane?
I saw that. They had somehow she got the plane to play the song "Happy" by Pharrell, and she danced along the aisle all the way up and down the plane. And half the people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the other, or like old 50-year-old people, were like, "This is cool, dude." I saw the fucking one of the greatest videos ever, dude.
What?
Okay, do you know the people that what they do is they show just random ass people YouTube videos, like people react to different YouTube videos or whatever. They did one on PewDiePie, and it's so great because there's this black dude and he's watching it and he's just stone faced the whole time, like not cracking a smile. A couple people were like, "Hey, he's pretty funny." And then some people, like older ladies, were like, "He's fucking offensive." Like,
yeah,
she didn't say fucking offensive, but she's like, "That's horrible. If my son acted like that, he wouldn't." Like, I think we should watch the video when we're done. But it's fucking the black dude is fucking hilarious when he's watching. He's like, "That's fucking horrible."
Well, PewDiePie is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
not even a real person
And
anymore.
some of the people, like they got different opinions from other people, but some of the people were like,
Did I tell you got blocked by PewDiePie?
yeah, you mentioned
Oh,
that.
we talked about that in the cast. I
the
forgot.
but they said like they're like, yeah, I guess he's just a comedian, and that's like it's video form. It's not my cup of tea, but whatever. And
Yeah.
they're like, do you know? And they're like, how many subs do you think he has? He's like, they're like, he probably has like maybe 1 million subs or something. And they're like, he has 25 million subs. And like, what? He's like, yeah, he's the most popular person on YouTube. They're like, no. Are you serious?
Are the old people saying that? Or
The old
kids?
people are saying that.
Oh,
They don't really
God.
interview kids. Everyone on there was like probably like 40 and up.
Well, his stuff definitely would appeal to kids,
Yeah.
but not old people.
Yeah, exactly.
Not old people.
There's one kind of doofus dude that really dug it though. Like one really stupid dude. He's like, oh, that fucking. He's one of these like, that shit's a riot. Oh,
That shit's a riot. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Bad Kid Cast. I'm Killer Keemstar. That was Only Use Me Blade.
only Use Me Blade.
Blade's like, fuck you. You're not saying my name. I say my own
You
name.
didn't let me say it's Only Use Me Blade earlier. Okay, first off, we went through this whole thing about the intro at the beginning because we have issues doing the intro now because we can't say YouTube, and he just skipped over me, and I've been meaning to bring it
I
up.
did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
What's up, guys? I'm Killer Keemstar, and this is the Bad Kid Show, or Bad Kid Cast, the audio cast that you listen to, and then you looked at me like, oh, now I'm speaking? Okay.
Dude, I buried like $1 million in the middle of the... Oh, I forgot we got to end this. All right, see you guys.
Shut up.